Okay, quick story on my very first premonition. My former neighbor, her fiance was murdered in April 2005. At the time of his murder, I was working at the bank. I attended his funeral, and shortly after his funeral, I had a dream. In the dream, I was working on the customer service side, and my former neighbor sat down for me to help her. When she sat down, she didn't say anything. She just slid the passbook savings to me, and I opened it up, and I saw their daughter's name. So that's when I asked her, I said, "Do you want me to close it?" And she said yes. So I started typing on the computer, putting in the account number to check the balance, and then she started to break down. When she started to break down, I really didn't know what to do, but I reached across the desk and tried to comfort her as best as I could. And that was the dream. I woke up and I just thought of it as any other dream. Until a week later, I was supposed to be working on the customer service side as a banker, but they were short on the teller side. So it was kind of slow in the bank. I hurried over to the teller side and I went to my station, and I was bent down getting receipt paper to get myself set up. And I distinctly remember looking out into the lobby to make sure that no one was in there before bending down to get the receipt paper. And there were two other tellers to my right who were very visible to anyone who walked into the lobby. They were sitting upright. They had their nameplates right in front of the window, and they had no one helping. So when I came up and sat upright after getting the receipt paper, my former neighbor was at my window. Okay, I just want to say something. At that point, I was at that branch for a year as a teller slash banker, and I never, and I mean never, saw my former neighbor at this branch at all. I never knew she was a customer, and that was part of the reason why I thought nothing of the dream that I had. So when I sat upright and my former neighbor was right there at my window, she said nothing to me, just like in my dream. And she passed me a passbook savings. And I opened it up, and it had their daughter's name. And just like in my dream, I asked her if she wanted to close it, and she said yes. And just as I was putting the account number into the computer to verify the balance, she started to break down, just like in my dream. And the hard part is I couldn't comfort her because in my dream, we were on the teller side. I was behind the desk where I could reach over and comfort her. On the teller side, there was this big, thick, bulletproof glass between us. From that being my very first premonition, it proved to me that our stories are already written. Even if a few details have changed, because as I told you, I was supposed to be on the banker side that day, but they were short staffed on the teller side. So I went to go help on the teller side. Even though that little bit changed, she still came into the bank. She still closed out that savings account. She still cried. And I couldn't make that up if I tried. I could not.